We all love ourselves. We're all self-centered at heart, selfish. We're born that way. And it's very slowly rooted out of us. Even after the new birth takes place, we labor and work and strive against this self-centeredness in our lives. So our sinful anger stems from pride, selfishness, and idolatry primarily. Pride, selfishness, and idolatry. So let me give you some examples. Someone gossips about you and you find out about it. And instantly you flare up with anger. How dare they say that about me? What's at the root of that anger? Why are you angry? Well, because your reputation and your character is at stake, right? Someone's threatening your reputation. What's at root is your pride in getting angry. Someone rebuffs you in a Facebook comment. You make a comment and someone challenges you and says, that's not right. This is what's right. And you feel yourself being angry against that person. But why? Because it's our pride. Well, how dare they say that about me? How dare they challenge me? It's our pride being lifted up. What about when someone inconveniences you? You're in the slow lane getting ready to turn off into a different highway, and someone zips all the way up past the traffic and cuts in right in front of you, and you go, what in the world are they doing? I've had to wait here for 10 minutes to get on this freeway. This guy just cuts right in, and we get angry at him. Now, of course, it's not right for someone to gossip about you. It's not right for someone to say hurtful things or someone to inconvenience you. But my question is, why are we 10 times or 100 times or 1,000 times more angry at that than the fact that 50 million babies have been murdered in the last 50 years, actually 44 years here in America through abortion? Why doesn't that make us far more angry than the fact that someone cuts in traffic in front of us? But it doesn't. It's because of our self-love. Why are we not more angry that God is mocked or belittled all over television shows, all over movies, at the office? Why doesn't that bother us more? Why are we not angered more that Christians are suffering and being persecuted and being killed throughout the world unjustly? We're much more concerned about the little things that happen to us than the huge things that are happening to somebody else, I fear. Shouldn't we love God and love our neighbor just as much as we love ourselves? That's what Jesus taught us to. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Here's another example. Sometimes in a marriage or a church, you have someone with a strong personality. And that person wants to call the shots. But if someone else challenges them, they feel this anger rising up within them. Well, why? What's at the root of that anger? Selfishness. They're not getting their own way. Someone's trying to take away and oppose what they want to do. What if you're not recognized at work for something that you've done? You're not recognized and you feel angry about that. What's at the root of that anger? You see, it's not enough just to say, okay, yeah, I was angry. We have to peel away the cover. Let's go underneath and let's see what's the reason behind the anger. And probably in that situation, it's because we love ourselves too much. What about when your children disobey and you become angry? Why are you angry when they disobey? This is a good one. A lot of times we're angry because they're embarrassing us, especially if they act up in church. When those, people are going to see, look at those children. Boy, their parents must really be lousy parents. Look at how they're acting. It's not because we're concerned about them and about them obeying God. It's because their actions are reflecting on us. And so we're embarrassed by that. We fear that our reputation as godly Christians is somehow going to be spoiled or inconvenienced by their behavior. You see, anger is so often when you uncover it and look at it, it's really ugly. And it's really kind of embarrassing to actually see why we get angry. Because it's not why God gets angry. Why did Jesus get angry? In Mark chapter 3, he got angry because the Pharisees were more concerned about enforcing their interpretation of the Sabbath law than they were about this man who was crippled and suffering being healed. That made Jesus angry. The injustice that people were doing to another human being. When he cleansed the temple, why did he get angry? Because they were taking God's holy temple and they were changing it from a place of prayer to a den of thieves, making it a house of merchandise. Jesus didn't get angry because of selfishness or self-centeredness or because of pride or because of idolatry. He got angry because God's honor was being endangered or injustices were being done to his fellow men. And that's really what should anger us.